Hi, welcome back to our second show of the semester of Good Evening KU. I'm Bailey.
And I'm Alika.
Um, so, did you watch the Super Bowl this weekend? Were you tuning into that?
No, I don't pay attention to the Super Bowl at all, so.
I did. I was invited to a Super Bowl party, so I did go. I was a little bitter because it was in Minnesota and I'm a Vikings fan, but it was a good game. And if the Eagles had to win, it was good. Vikings got beat out by them. At least we got beat by the winners. So
Yeah. So
But-
there's people like you who pay attention to like every part of the Super Bowl, and then there's people like me who nap during it. So did you pay attention to like the commercials and everything?
Yeah, I normally like that's the big thing. I know like the Alexa lost her voice one was definitely one of my favorites. Rebel Wilson, huge fan. Did you catch this commercial or did you?
Yeah, I actually saw some of them online, so that was one of the ones I watched. It was like voted like I think the #1.
Yeah, there was
funniest
like
one.
a segment I saw on Facebook or something where it was like the most talked about commercials, and this was definitely one of my other favorites. I thought it was cool how they played it off on each other. I haven't tried the Doritos flavor, but I'm not a fan of the Mountain Dew Ice. Have you tried
Really?
it?
I haven't tried either, but my cousin got the Doritos and he was not a fan at all. He's like an 8-year-old and my grandma got them for him and he threw the entire bag away.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, I don't do spicy, so I don't imagine I'll like them.
yeah.
So I don't know if I'll ever try them, but it's Doritos, so maybe just once just to see what it's about.
I stick to the basics. I'm just straight up Cool Ranch person, so.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and the Tide commercials were really big this year too. They did a bunch of them. Those have been in the news. Have you seen like how people are talking about drinking and like eating the Tide Pods?
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
These ones I liked them, but definitely the other two were my top two for sure.
The Tide one was kind of funny though because I saw one where it was like showing how it could be a bunch of different like types of commercials, and it was like, no,
Yeah.
it's just another Tide commercial. So I thought that was interesting
Yeah,
what they
like,
did
surprise,
with it.
just Tide. Yeah. No, the commercials there were definitely like some that stood out a lot, and then others that were kind of, I don't know, a flop to me that I didn't really enjoy. Like I know like the Budweiser one was good. I kind of like that, but I missed like the horses that are always in them, but they were good. I know the halftime show, you were talking about that. You really liked that.
I didn't get to see all of the halftime performance, but the part that I did see, I was a fan of it. But I heard that you were not, so.
No, I Justin Timberlake, big fan, but I don't know, he just kind of danced around for me. It's the Super Bowl halftime show. It's supposed to be, I feel like, more antics and crazy, whereas I felt like it was just more of a concert concept, even though I will admit like the Prince part of it was really cool, and how they lit up the whole city purple.
Yeah, I think that's why I liked it, and then just because it was Justin Timberlake, honestly, I just think he's a good performer in general, so I was a fan of it.
Yeah, I can't argue with that part of it. I just wish it was a little more exciting, thrilling.
Yeah.
But
so that covers up like pretty much what the weekend was all about, the Super Bowl. What else did you do over the weekend?
I had family in town. My mom came with my best friend. I took her to Allen Fieldhouse for the basketball game. That was a lot of fun. She had never been, so they got to experience all the traditions and like waving the weed and doing like the confetti because we sat in the student section, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is really fun.
Yeah. What else? Did you do anything else on the weekend? Or?
I just pretty much worked. I worked from 6 in the morning to 8 p.m. on Saturday, so that was pretty much my weekend.
Wow.
But
yeah, I definitely am still like recovering, trying to catch up on sleep from the weekend.
Yeah.
But what about this week? Anything crazy?
Yeah, I worked last night and it was actually pretty cool. I work for a company that goes to like the Sprint Center and the Convention Center in Kansas City.
Oh.
And so last night I got to work the WWE SmackDown event, which was kind of interesting because usually I just do like concerts there. So it was my first time doing that kind of event. So
yeah, it
I don't know.
sounds intense.
The crowd was definitely really interesting, but it was a good time. So
that sounds cool.
Yeah.
What do you like do for your job?
So at the Sprint Center, I usually just sell Dippin' Dots, and then we also have a bar set up, but I don't do that because I'm not 21. So But then there's also, at the convention center, we have coffee and like smoothies and stuff that I sell. So just like a barista.
Sessions and
Yeah,
whatnot.
it's pretty fun. I'll work Comic-Con next weekend at the
Oh,
Sprint
that would be
Center.
fun.
So, or not Sprint Center, but Convention Center. So
In Kansas City.
yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interesting people there
I
too.
always want to see like the costumes that people come in. They go so out and like spend so much time thinking about every like small detail they could come up with.
Yeah, so.
So yeah, it sounds like you had a crazy week. Mine wasn't too
Yeah,
bad, but
so that pretty much wraps up what our weekend and week has been like. Next up, we're going to have news, and make sure to stay tuned because we have a super special guest whose artwork you won't want to miss.
Have a nice day.
you too.
Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Make someone's day. Pay it forward.
Welcome back. I'm Kaylee Cersei.
And I'm Katie Scott, and this is your Good Evening KU News Update.
The Winter Olympics will begin this weekend, but the immediate concern is the outbreak of the norovirus. According to South Korean officials, 86 people have been infected with the highly contagious disease that causes diarrhea, vomiting, and nausea. No athletes have been diagnosed as of this morning.
This winter's flu epidemic has now claimed the lives of 2 children in Wichita. No specific details or names have been released, but according to the Kansas Department of Health and Environment, influenza has directly caused the death of 68 people this year and contributed to the death of 32 more.
Authorities at the University of Kansas have arrested a student after a string of burglaries, thefts, and criminal damage to the Lawrence campus. The arrest of the 19-year-old was a result of an in-depth investigation of multiple locations in the University of Kansas Central District construction. The total damage and loss is estimated to be in the tens of thousands of dollars.
The new face of Gerber's Baby Food is a 1-year-old with Down syndrome. The family of Lucas Warren won $50,000 after Lucas's picture was chosen from more than 140,000 contestants. Lucas will be the spokesbaby for 2018.
And that will wrap it up for our news update.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Dylan Rising. I'm here with Dairionn Billberry, KU student and local artist. Nice to have you on.
Nice to meet you.
All right, to start off, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, I'm a full-time artist. I customize shoes and I paint canvases for the most part, but I also do other things like logo work and different miscellaneous things.
How'd you get started with
You're
kind
doing
of
great.
doing art?
We're going to try this again.
Well, I've
Okay?
always been into art.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes.
Since
Sit
I
up straight,
can
keep your weight in
remember,
the center,
I
keep your
wanna
eyes on the
say
road,
since I
hands on the
was
grips,
very
button the
young,
seat. If we feel ourselves
I've been
falling, what do we
drawing
do?
and doing
Just
some
keep
things
pedaling.
as
Good
far
girl.
as
Now remember, it's all
artwork.
about balance and steering.
But just recently, my senior year, I started getting more serious into it and wanted to pursue a professional business. So since then, I've just been working on networking and kind of get my name out there.
Well, nice. So what was kind of like inspirations that you kind of first went to when you first started out doing your art?
As far as like work for other people, people would always ask me to draw pictures of them and stuff like that. And then once I started my actual business, I started customizing t-shirts my senior year of high school. And it was one day I was in like English class or something like that with some of my friends, and we had seen someone customizing shoes online. I think it was Instagram for like $400 and $500, and I'm looking at the work, I'm like, well, I can do better than that and charge like a reasonable price. So it's been history since then.
So without giving away your secrets, can you kind of describe your process a little bit about how you go about picking what medium you want to do and then going on and creating the art?
As far as commission work for other people, they usually send in whatever shoes they want to customize, and then they'll usually go with like a general theme, and I do some research as far as what I want to put on the shoe and give me some inspiration as far as starting the shoe. and then I kind of just work as I go, so I'll change my ideas or my thoughts as I'm working on it.
Well, nice. So as you say, you're doing professional work and you do some of your own work. How did you go about creating your own kind of individual style to kind of set yourself apart from other people?
Just staying creative, and it's more of like using your life inspirations as far as like your inspirations for artwork, because I feel like that's when your best artwork comes out.
It's very nice. So I see you have a whole bunch of paintings over here. Can you kind of explain some of these and kind of why you did them, or like where your inspiration for them came?
Well, the central theme within these 3 pieces that I brought to you guys is more of like a player card edition, so you can kind of see the inspiration from the Topps logo in the top right-hand corner on each of them. But the left one is for a guy, his name is Michael Reynolds. He used to play at KU. I want to say he plays in Germany now. I kind of just went with a few different pictures that he sent me, and then looked up some information online as far as like some central themes and ideas that I could go off of as far as the background. And then the middle piece was my first actual painting that I started. I did this one over the summer. I want to say it was like either June or July. It's of Michael Jordan, his no-look free throw. That's kind of like a monumental thing. And then the far right picture is of Allen Iverson. It was a commission piece for one of my friends, and as far as that, I just, like I was saying, going online and looking up inspiration as far as the background.
Well, nice. If you could pick one project that you wanted to work on, one thing you wanted to make or paint, what do you think it would be?
I actually want to have my own art show for Kansas City, my hometown. I just want to bring more inspiration as far as the youth and giving them a different outlet as far as, well, aside from sports and I guess like music and stuff like that.
So you talked about music. What are some of like the music influences? Like what are people that you listen to, and kind of like when you hear a song, how do you translate the song into a piece of art?
I kind of use music as my fuel for painting and stuff like that. I kind of go towards the more energetic songs when I'm feeling down, or if I'm feeling down, I kind of use that as a way to help me further my artwork. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a kind of weird thing that artists have. Sometimes when you're going through things in life, it kind of helps your artistic abilities.
Well, you're clearly pretty experienced, and you've talked about some professional work that you've done. So for someone kind of starting out in art, what kind of like advice would you get them to get started?
Continue to practice. Like everyone has to start somewhere, and mostly art, you get better with time and practice and pushing yourself as far as like your limits.
So what are some other advice you give when you going from just kind of doing art on your own to start doing some professional work, and kind of going from that kind of fun thing to it being your job?
I would have to say with things like that, you always have to keep the customer's mind first as far as like what they want. And usually once they give you their general idea, they'll let you vary it and different things like that as far as what you can go as far as your inspiration. But I just say make sure that you keep the customer in mind first.
That's very nice. I understand you brought in some shoes for us to look at. Can you kind of show off those and explain those to us a bit?
Yeah, so these were a pair of the shoes from a Dream Team pack that I started. It was over the summer as well. It was 13 pairs total. It was 12 pairs for each of the players, and then the coach had his own pair. It was all gold. Kind of like my inspiration for that, I changed the Jumpman logo on the back to the actual player that it represents, and then just put a Dream Team logo and changed the 23 on the side to whichever their respective number was for that year.
Nice. Well, how do you make and come up with these kind of concept ideas?
For this pair specifically, it was kind of like a theme that I had in mind for a while, and I just never had the time to actually try it myself. But I usually just go as far as like the themes. I'll do a lot of research before I actually start painting or working on something, and from there I just go from the type of material and different things like that as far as what I want to do with designs on the shoes.
Nice. Seems like you're off to a great start. Is there anything else you'd like to add about your art?
I am actually, I have my own personal website. It's Offdays Customs at .blogspot.com. And I'll sell like different canvas paintings and portraits and different things like that. Like these 3 that I brought up here online, as well as like my Instagram on Big Tuss, ONBIGTUSS. You can see a lot of my work on there as well.
Well, sounds great. It's been great having you on, and we'll be right back.
shop local in the heart of the city, you support the people that make our community thrive. The money you spend here stays here, in this place we call our home. Lawrence, Kansas, where there's good old-fashioned hometown pride. Eat local, drink local, shop local.
I'm Hayden.
And I'm Kiara, and this is your Top 5 Entertainment Update.
The creators of Game of Thrones will be taking their skills into outer space as writers of a new series of Star Wars films. Lucasfilm announced on Tuesday that David Benioff and D.B. Weiss will soon go to work on the series that will be separate from the current Skywalker saga.
Kylie Jenner announced her baby, Stormy Weber's arrival on Instagram with a video titled "To Our Daughter," shared on YouTube with boyfriend Travis Scott. The reality star's baby name announcement update became the most popular post on Instagram Wednesday, surpassing Beyoncé's pregnancy announcement in 2017.
YouTube star Keon Lawley will not appear in the upcoming adaptation of the young adult bestseller, The Hate You Give, following a video of Lawley making racist statements going viral. Lawley was set to play Amanda Stenberg's boyfriend in the racially charged film and has since apologized for his comments.
John Mahoney, a veteran character actor best known for playing in Frasier, has passed away at age 77. Mahoney was trained at the Steppenwolf Theater in Chicago and received a Tony and 2 Emmys during his career.
That's all for your top 5. Next we'll have Sika and Nay with fashion. Hi, I'm Sika.
I am Nay.
And so today we are talking about fashion.
We're going to talk about some fashion today, guys.
Yeah, and it's me first. I will talk about that two people's fashion style there. The first one is King Hannah. She is a singer, a Korean singer. You can see that there's many fashionable items and in her wearing. For example, the plain there, the plain dress, and the ankle boots and the suits. Actually, you don't need to buy a Gucci there, but just Zara is okay. And the next one is the loose down jacket. Actually, I think many people in my country, in China, they usually wear like that. And the next one is Selena Gomez, and I recommend most people to look at how she dress on, because she just wear more casually there, and you can see the first one, a very normal hoodie and the boots, but you can see her really cute pink bag there. And next slide, please. And I like the one in the middle most, because I think black is the color that makes you look slim there, and a same color jeans, boots makes your leg looks more longer. Yes.
Perfect. Those are some really cute outfits, actually. I actually pulled some outfits from the Grammys that happened about 2 weeks ago. And one of the people that I have on here is actually going to be Janelle Monáe and DJ Khaled and SZA. SZA had a really, really nice dress. She had this tulle that was custom made by Versace. And this tulle on here, it has 2 slits in there, which just gave it a sex appeal that just looked amazing. And then we also have Janelle Monáe. Janelle Monáe is known for the suits in the game. She has a beautiful black suit on with floral embroidery. That just looked amazing on her with the blonde. Oh my God, she looked beautiful. And then DJ Khaled, everybody knows DJ Khaled. Like, everybody likes him, right? But he actually decided to get a custom-made suit to match his son, which was pretty cool. And he kind of, you know, the red is nice on him, but I think he just really wanted to do it for his son. So there was some great outfits this season. And next we have sports with Michael and Dylan.
Yeah, I always just clap in this part.
This is where everyone's talking amongst themselves. Do you know how to do it? Do you know how to do it?
Are we supposed to smile?
When do we start? Somebody over here already started.
Can we talk about the piccolo part? It's the most complicated one.
It is. If you listen, you're doing it when the band's not playing.
You have to tell me when it starts. I still don't know.
Here we go. Just clapping now. No humps.
Nailed it.
I practiced this morning.
Mine was just two people.
It has a right and a wrong way of doing it. No. Wrong.
I like my way better.
I don't know how to do the end.
It's just.
I don't know the head.
That's great.
It's hard by yourself.
Sports update. On Tuesday morning, the Indianapolis Colts announced that Josh McDaniels would be their new head coach. On Tuesday afternoon, the current New England Patriots offensive coordinator announced that he would not take the job. McDaniels, who flopped as the head coach of the Denver Broncos in 2009, apparently had second thoughts during the Patriots playoff run and backed out of the agreement with the Colts.
The New York Yankees might know something that we don't. Earlier today, they traded for Russell Wilson. Yes, Russell Wilson, the starting quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. Wilson has no plans to quit football and return to the sport he also played in college, but he says that he will attend spring training with the Yankees.
The KU men's basketball team is back on a winning track after a 71-64 victory over TCU last night in Allen Fieldhouse. Senior Devontae Graham scored 24 points to lead the Jayhawks, who are now half a game in front of Texas Tech. The Red Raiders play Iowa State tonight in Lubbock.
The women are off this week after a 92-63 loss at Oklahoma State on Saturday. Oklahoma will be here this Saturday for a 7:30 p.m. tip-off. The Lady Jayhawks will be trying to end a 9-game losing streak.
And the Winter Olympics will be starting this week. Competition in several events actually begins tomorrow before Friday's opening ceremonies. The games from South Korea will run for 2 weeks, with the final events crowning their gold medal winners on January 25th.
And that will wrap it up for today's sports update. Please stay with us, and Brittany will have the weather forecast after the break.
The world we live in is so vast. With thousands of miles to explore, there's no excuse to stay inside. With beauty that touches every mile of our world, it is our responsibility to admire it. No matter how you decide to appreciate this world, get outside.
Welcome back, everyone. We have been dealing with some very cold temperatures these past few days. And, well, I figured we'd start off by looking at the almanac to show you what we're supposed to be at normally for this month of February. The average is about for a high of 41 degrees for your high. Today, though, we had a high of 32 degrees, so very below average and chilly. And then if you are a warm weather lover, you're going to wish you were back in 1904 on this day when it was 70 degrees outside. So very cold for today. We will have a brief warm up later in the week, though. But overall, very nice for this week, or to end the week, as you can see. Today was very calm overall, although we had the cold sticking around. Temperatures will warm up very briefly though on Thursday, and then we will quickly drop off again with those temperatures cold enough where snow is again another possibility as we head into this weekend. So very nice though, but it's cold outside. It's only 28 degrees. If you have any evening plans, make sure to bundle up. One thing is nice that we had mostly sunny skies for majority of the day today, and only winds out of the northwest about 6 miles per hour. And you can thank those northwest winds for bringing in these cold temperatures out of the north, giving us a temperature of 28 degrees. Very nice though on visible imagery. You can see we didn't have any clouds right now. If you look over at Kansas, you can see those white specks are actually not clouds, but the snow that's on the ground. The satellite's actually able to pick it up and show that snow. So very nice day today, and tomorrow's gonna be pretty nice as well. And we can thank a high pressure system you could see on your surface analysis. To the northeast Kansas, there's a high pressure system that's driving this huge cold front that the east is getting hit with right now, bringing a lot of interesting weather for them, rain and snow wise. Us though, like I said, we're really calm. We'll stick around for a good chunk of the weekend. Pretty calm though as well. If you have any plans tonight though, evening it's going to be pretty nice as well. We're going to drop fairly slowly going into the lower 20s by 11 p.m. today. Those clear skies are going to stick around as well though, but make sure you're going to want to bundle up if you have any evening plans, maybe going to the grocery store, maybe even going out to dinner tonight. It's going to be pretty chilly as we end this weekend and on this Wednesday. Here's your morning planner and planner tomorrow in general. We're going to be waking up pretty cold with temperatures in the lower 20s in the morning, so definitely have the heavier coats on, hats and scarves. Very cold, but we will quickly warm up for a nice high of 50 degrees tomorrow, very above average from our temperature normally at this time in this month of 41 degrees. So very nice. Make sure you get out and enjoy the weather tomorrow, but like I said, we're going to drop off again, and that next chance of snow is on this Saturday, which kind of far out still though to predict how much we're going to get, so we're not very sure yet. But as of now, today, the timing looks like it's going to be definitely on Saturday. Looks like Saturday morning or in the afternoon. And the track, we're not very sure yet. It could hit up north or below us and completely miss us, kind of like what happened yesterday. We didn't get that snow. We will have the moisture and the cold. We definitely have a high confidence on that because it's going to be very cold, cold enough to give us that nice snow. Here's your 7-day forecast. You can see that quick drop in temperatures on Friday with a high of 35 degrees. Very cold for your Saturday with that possibility of snow at 23 degrees. We'll run back up going into your Monday and Tuesday with highs in the lower 40s, right about average. And Wednesday we will cool off again to get in the middle of next week. So that's the end of the show, everyone. I hope all you warm weather lovers get outside and enjoy the nice weather tomorrow. Have a great rest of your week.